There are 11 sales training basics you must master, and we're going to cover all 11 for you today on this episode of the Dave Lorenzo Daily. Hi, I'm Dave Lorenzo. Welcome to another edition of the Dave Lorenzo Daily. Today I'm going to cover the sales training basics, and there are 11 of them you need to master. We're going to dive right into the content with basic number 1. That is that traditional sales training is toxic. Everything you know about sales is wrong. These 11 sales training basics are things that you have to master, but they're also things that are counterintuitive. You're probably not thinking about them right now because they're not being taught anywhere. So the first sales training basic you must master, traditional thinking is toxic. I don't want you to think of yourself as a traditional salesperson. You're not out there going, hey, what is it going to take to put you in this vehicle today? That's not you. That's not who you are. That's not what you do. I want you to view yourself as a consultant. I want you to view yourself as a problem solver. And I want you to think of someone who adds value to the lives and the businesses of everyone you meet. So basic number 1, traditional thinking is toxic. You got to toss it out. ABC, always be closing. Replace it with ABH, always be helping. Always be helping. You're not out closing. You're out there looking for people you can help. You need to find people who have money, they have a problem you can solve, and they have the ability to make a decision, and they want to solve that problem right now. If those people have problems you can solve, you have to help them. You're obligated to help them. You are taking an oath to me right now and to yourself, more importantly, that if someone has a problem you can solve, you have to offer to help them. Always be helping. You're not closing deals. You're helping people and they're paying you for the help. They'll be thrilled to get help from you. They'll be thrilled to pay you. Change your mindset. Not closing, helping. That's sales training basic. These are the sales training basics that beginners must master, and that's sales training basic number 2. Sales training basic number 3, you don't need great presentation skills. You need great listening skills. You have to be a master listener. When people come to you, they're going to express to you symptoms of a problem they're experiencing. A lot of times people don't know what the actual problem is. You talk to a lot of people. You work with a lot of people. You connect with a lot of people. You see a lot of things. When someone comes to you with what they think is a problem, you have to listen deeply and then get to the core of the problem. What is the real issue? And then offer help. You need to be a great listener. Listening is more important than being able to speak, being able to present. Work on your listening skills and you will be a sales master. Number 4 in the 11 sales training basics you must master is follow a process. You can't fly by the seat of your pants and hope to be successful in sales. You have to have a step-by-step process. I'm partial to my step-by-step process, which lets you be yourself. It enables you to develop relationships with your clients, and those relationships are so strong, they're so powerful that you can close a deal in 60 seconds once you have those relationships. What I need you to do right now is I need you to make a list of everyone you know, and I want you to talk to them about some problems they're experiencing, and I want you to go out and help them solve those problems. When you do that, they're going to offer to help you. When they offer to help you, you tell them who you want to meet, who would be an ideal client for you. I just gave you a process for selling to friends and family members. I gave you a process for attracting referrals from friends and family members. That process is money in the bank. Rewind this video. Write down what I just outlined. You will find that when you have these conversations, either the people you're talking to themselves will do business with you, or they will refer you to someone who can do business with you. So that process alone is money in the bank. You have to have processes for everything. You have to have a process for getting business from presentations, a process for getting business from articles, a process for getting business at networking events, a process for converting YouTube viewers into clients. You have to have all those processes laid out, and you have to follow them step by step. This is basic number 4 in the 11 sales training basics beginners must master. Basic number 5 in the 11 basics that beginners must master about sales is that you have to be intellectually curious. You have to have curiosity about your client's world. What do you know today that you didn't know yesterday about your client's business, about his industry, about how the economy affects him? What do you know this week that you didn't know last week? What do you know this month that you didn't know last month? What do you know this year that you didn't know last year? This is powerful. When you understand your client's business and how it's impacted by the economy, when you understand your client's business and how it's impacted by outside forces, you can help him anticipate problems. You can help him solve problems. That makes you valuable. This basic is one of the most powerful. Make sure you master this with your intellectual curiosity. Understand your client's business, his industry, and how the economy affects him, and you will be someone he wants around him at all times. Number 6, in the 11 sales training basics you must master is research, research, research. You need to know everything about your client organization. You need to know what makes them successful. You need to know what are the threats facing them, what are their biggest opportunities, what are their strengths, what are their weaknesses. You need to know everything there is to know about your client's business, and you need to be able to help them become successful. If you help your client become successful, he will want you around more, and when you're around more, you sell more. It's a simple fact. Do your research. Use LinkedIn. Use Google. Go in depth with different profile services so you can understand exactly what the client's business does, what their needs are, what their strengths, their weaknesses, their opportunities, the threats facing them are. Help them become successful. Number 7 in the 11 sales training basics you must master is match your message to your audience. You cannot sell to different audiences with the same message. After you've done your research, you'll know how your client thinks. Make sure you discuss your client's issues with him in his language. Make sure you understand where he's coming from, what his point of view is. Make sure you speak to him and send him marketing material in a language that makes total sense to him, in a language that helps him understand that you are a member of his tribe. You want to help him. Enter the conversation going on at his kitchen table, and he will invite you in to do business. Number 8, desensitize yourself to rejection. You have to develop rejection armor. What this looks like is you have to go into every interaction making your best offer to help someone after you've followed your sales process, and then you go in expecting a no. If you go in expecting a no, you won't be disappointed. After you receive the no, you ask when they might be able to do this, why they're not going to be able to do it now, how you can adjust in order to accommodate their needs, and who you need to speak with in order to make sure that you're helping them solve this problem. Go in expecting a no. When they ask buying questions, you can help them get to yes. If they're a firm no, you have to go in and ask those follow-up questions so that you can try and persist and find your way through. If you have to move on, you move on because of them, not because of you. You move on based on them not recognizing your value in spite of your best efforts. It's never about you. It's always about them. You have to have that level of rejection armor. Number 9, develop a consultative posture. You are a peer. There's no buyer-seller. There's no master-servant. You are a peer to your client. You're there to help your client be successful. And your client needs you. You need your client. It's a symbiotic relationship. You work together for your client's success. In return, he invests money in you. You have a peer relationship. It's very important that relationship is firm in your mind, because if it's firm in your mind, it will be firm in reality. That's number 9. It's a peer relationship. Number 10, frequency of communication builds trust. Communicate with prospects often, communicate with clients often, communicate with evangelists often. The more frequently you communicate with your prospects, with your evangelists, with your clients, the more frequently you will get referrals, the more frequently your clients will invest in you, the more frequently you'll have cash coming in the door. Frequency of communication builds trust. You have to communicate with these folks at least on a weekly basis. You can even communicate more often. Here at the Dave Lorenzo Daily, we come to you every day with a great video. You're a member of our community. We communicate with our community on a daily basis. If you subscribe and you ring the bell, you never miss out. I want to communicate with you on a regular basis. You need to communicate with your clients on a regular basis too. Daily is great. Weekly is good. I want you communicating with your clients as frequently as possible. Frequency of communication builds trust. The final sales training basic that beginners must master is a commitment to continuous growth. You need to be committed to continuous personal improvement. I love the fact that you're here with me now watching these videos. I love the fact that you've hung in here till the end of this video. I need you to commit to watching the Dave Lorenzo Daily every day at 5 p.m. You've already subscribed. If you like these videos, give us a thumbs up. But even more importantly, make sure you follow up and you watch the follow-up videos that I recommend after each video. Right now, I'm recommending this follow-up video to you because it's the next step in your business growth process. Watch this video right now and your growth will continue. Be sure and click on this right now. I want you to see me in our next video. Click right here. Join me in our next video.